Greetings, it is I, the Dalek Emperor, and I thought of a very interesting idea for a video today. We are going to be discussing my anatomy. That's right, viewers, we are going to be doing this. So, without further ado, it is called The Anatomy of Me, the Emperor Dalek. I found this awesome thing that Cybernova showed me, and I thought it would be a good idea for me to explain to you viewers my anatomy. Let's observe. Although the monocular vision is considered a weakness in many species of Dalek, it is considered the same depth of vision as binocular and sight vision. Superior Dalek technology gives the mutant within sight far beyond anything any lower species could possibly imagine, with every light wavelength observable. The lens of a casing, or eye stalk as you probably well know, was once considered a weak point of Dalek travel, but no more. Made of a plastic that can heat from thermonuclear explosions which couldn't melt. It also comes in handy when it comes to protection and automatic wipers whenever the lens becomes dirtied. The dome of the Emperor, i.e. me, is reinforced. This is the Dalek, which all information about its empire must come from. There can be no unnecessary risk for the most important being in the universe, and that is me, of course. My personal sensory input and output processor is located at the top of my casing. This receives a variety of inputs, e.g. audio, visuals, chemical, and giving the Emperor, i.e. me, an unparalleled awareness to its surroundings. This processor also deals with speech, as Daleks have no vocal cords. This unit amplifies thoughts and emotions. It also converts the speech into any inferior creature's language. That's right. That's the reason why I've been able to speak cat. It's because my translator inside my casing was allowing me to speak cat one time in a video. I have twice the number of luminosity discharges. The standard for a normal Dalek is 2, the lighty ear things, that's what I mean, from which excessive energy is converted into a light and has supersonic sound. That's why the Daleks always sound like this all the time. These are the safety values of all Dalek casings. Without them, the surplus energy created by the mutant is most likely able to destroy the casing from within, so it's best to use them. The grill on the Emperor's casing is fitted within its dome. The grill acts as an industrial-grade filtration system for anything considered harmful. The Daleks thrive in poisonous atmospheres, so anything that comes off like innocuous or poisonous as a blast of fresh air could impair their functions and affect it temporarily, basically. Enable it, basically. This quantum processor that is inside my casing, or to put it, quantum accelerated processor, is the testimony to the Daleks' ingenuity. Operating the Dalek Empire needs a mind like no other. It needs a mind like no other, and the data is processed in 12 dimensions, making my mind incomparably vast. The Emperor is the Empire. The struts inside my dome's lower section may be a bit familiar. They support the quantum accelerated processor, sorting, relaying, and vast streams of data according to strict Dalek tenets. Under the struts is the war computer, fitted in all Daleks, and not just mine, just so you know, all Daleks have it, which is kind of one of the reasons why I'm able to make videos, basically. It contains the greatest repository of knowledge concerning the conflicts in the entire universe. The telepathic array sits over the mutant. Basically, I have a telepathic array that sits over me, basically, inside my casing, handling the flow of data and emotion and orders and thoughts. This most individual Dalek is yes, me. I am both the ruler and the ruled. The Emperor could enslave the universe, but it would still be a servant to its own empire. Correct. It could be. The mutant appears to be like any other Dalek. Yes, we already know. Yes, indeed. The solar slats allow the Daleks to operate in any environment. That's why we always have these things around our casings, so that sun basically stores power that puts human nuclear reactors to shame. I know you said noodle here. Don't know where that came out of my brain. Anyway, this is an emperor who expects to his great protuberances grubby, and usually this emperor is armed and ready to fight, and normally I sometimes have a sucker stick and a gun as well, yes, but mostly it's also not just guns, but also I have the claw hand, which I'm normally accustomed to now, and the new Gatling gun, basically, for the thanks to the Resurgence Empire. The cabling from the blaster translates emotions into firepower, so whenever I am very, very angry, or I don't know, sad or whatever, I just immediately translate that into my firepower, and thus extermination happens. The more I'm angry, the more extermination I feel. It was first tested by Davros on the battlefields outside the Khalid city. Seeing the manipulator arm was a mistake, a design weak point. It was made just once by those who dare dare underestimate the Dalek design and technology. That's right, so don't insult my manipulator arm, or I will either suck you or claw your entrails out, or something along those lines. The manipulator arm's sucker cup, or claw hand, is, well, actually the claw hand is less sensitive because it's made of the same material as my eye stalk. But anyway, yes, the sucker cup is exceptionally sensitive and more dexterous than a human hand, and includes innumerable elements of Dalek ingenuity. The Dalek's motive and power section is in relation to the rest of the casing. A simpler affair, this central column is connected to the mutant's operating and guidance unit by thought control. That's right, whenever I am moving, I always use my mind for that purpose. The wiring is connected to the sensor globes. They are, as I said previously, the sensor globes are the sensory beam locators. They help detect beams and stuff. Yes. All travel machines are dependent on direct transferring of energy, but the mutant bodies depend on proteins and nutrients. That is what we normally eat. We have a lot of proteins and nutrients. It helps us get stronger and think quicker, yes. And yes, we do also have pizzas and that and other things, but not a lot. These are derived from their enemies, which is held in small chambers in this section. We sometimes turn humans into food sometimes also, but please do not worry, I will not turn any of my subscribers into food. Won't do that yet. Anyway, well, until I conquer the galaxy. Anyway, sensor globes. They instantly create four-dimensional impressions of the Emperor's surroundings and go far beyond any senses that a mere human might respond to. Plus they detect beams and stuff and everything, basically, as the Master said. The small but powerful unit can convert any form of energy. Well, yes, basically down here, at the bottom of my casing, there is this thing called a power unit, which can convert any form of energy into an anti-gravity ray. And non-terrain is a difficulty for a Dalek, so that's why the engines down here are best the mechanics and other things down below my casing are easy for acceleration purposes and flight control. A key advance in Dalek technology is the anti-gravity propulsion unit, once dependent on additional equipment so that they could fly and terrorize the skies of an enemy planet. the Daleks now have such limits. Additional forms of power are available, but Daleks are fitted with static electricity, as we always do, yes. The Transformers pick up the slightest bit of energy with Transformers are below my casing, just so you know, yes, if you want to know where they are, yes. The slightest bit, and multiply it in many ways that humans could never understand it, indeed. Note that how the Emperor's shell varies in thickness. Yes, I'm a thick boy. This is an unusual safety feature. If the lower section were to explode, the thinner shell would still contain vast energy unleashed. The thicker the shell of the dome is in place as the precaution against the 1,000,000,001 chance that quantum acceleration processes could take out an entire city. For a travel machine that is virtually impervious to harm, why do Daleks have fenders? It is a mystery yet to be solved. So, yes, that is my anatomy. I was about to say autonomy, but yes, this is my anatomy. So anyway, my fellow subjects, I hope you enjoyed my informal video for you all. If you enjoyed this, well, remember to subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video then. Goodbye. Thanks all for the enjoyable video today.